Ladies and gentlemen, happy Monday to you. I hope you're doing fantastic and welcome to the Actors Area. I am your host, Shaun Grant, and I'm excited to be back with you. It's been a bit of time since I last been on, but life gets busy at times and you got to take care of it. But all things aside, everything is wonderful. Definitely, though, happy to be back and to share some tidbits of information with you that I feel like is going to make a difference in your career. So, welcome to the Actors Area, and today we're going to talk about rising to the top with gratitude. Okay, and so when I talk about gratitude, I'm not just saying empty thank yous. I used to teach how you can be thankful or you can express gratitude, right? And so if you're expressing gratitude to the degree of an understanding that this feeling, this vibration is resonating deep within you, what's going to happen is you're going to attract more opportunities to be grateful. Okay, so you got to understand that whenever you're thankful for something, to truly be thankful for it, to truly understand that it is a blessing, it's truly a blessing in your life, it has to resonate. And the only way to get to that point is to, one, start with meditation. Now, this is something that I feel like is completely overlooked by so many actors and so many performers when it comes down to it. If you're not meditating, if you're not taking quiet time, you need to start now. And it doesn't have to be anything really crazy. It doesn't have to be anything like you're about to be the next Buddhist monk, but it should be a priority to quiet your mind every day, sometimes even a couple times if you have the time, in order for you to always be acting from a place of peace and always acting from a place of clarity. All right. So, getting into it, so I'll give you a story as to how gratitude has affected my life. So every show, every film, every TV series that I've been fortunate enough to be on, I've always sent out, thank you cards. I've always taken the time out to either give a phone call or maybe when I'm on set that day to really let the producers, let the directors know and the cast and directors know that I'm appreciative that they chose me to be selected for this part. And the beauty of this is they can tell when you're sincere and when you're not. Because if you're truly sincere and you truly mean to express gratitude and being grateful to these people for allowing you to have the awesome opportunity to work, they're gonna feel it. It's gonna resonate with them. And so this is great because that's something that people never forget. We go through life so many times having so many things given to us, and we forget to stop and say, thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you for all that you are, all that you mean to me, everything you just given me. Thank you. We never get the time to do that, and I feel like it's because there's too much rushing. There's too much, got to get to the next thing, got to get to the next thing, got to get to the next thing. Whereas as performers, we have to come from our center. We have to come from a place where we're completely, once again, at peace. We're completely coming from a place of clarity, and then we can act in highest alignment, right? We can act in congruence with our highest alignment is what I'm trying to say. And when you do that, you walk right into opportunities, okay? So here's what I got for you today. I know I said I was going to tell you a story, but what I want to do is just get right into the implementation of how this will affect you. Take the time right now, and it's awesome because now we have email, we've got Facebook, we've got LinkedIn, we've got Twitter, we've got Instagram, all these things. And find the people that you've worked with in the past. Find those directors, find those producers, find those crew members, because, crew is something that is also overlooked a lot of times when we're on set and we're doing our thing. As an actor, you're kind of in your own space. You're creating this character. You're connecting to it. You're doing your very best to make this so-called human being come alive, that oftentimes you can forget all the great things that are happening around you. So what I want you to do is I want you to reach out to anybody you can think of. I remember I was on my IMDb the other day, and I'm just like, you know what? I want to reach out to each and all of these people who were involved who were instrumental in the progression of my career. I want to send them a nice letter and to let them know that I appreciate them, and I hope that their career is thriving. I hope that they're continuing to get opportunities to express themselves and to fulfill their purpose. And it just, like I said, it goes such a long way. So if you take the time to do that, you take the time to reach out, and it doesn't have to be long. It's just 5 minutes, right? Just 5 minutes. Think about the type of relationship that you're building, especially if it's sincere. If it's sincere, it's going to affect not only one person, it's going to affect a lot of people. What happens is usually, because in the entertainment industry, in most cases, there's a lot of selfishness. I mean, if we really want to be real with ourselves, people are pretty self-centered. So and we talked about this on the first episode, you've got to do everything you possibly can to stand out from the rest. And it goes from performance to marketing to inside track to relationships to no matter what it is, anything you can do to separate yourself from the crowd, that will only help you in the long run, okay? And we're thinking long term here. It doesn't have to be anything instantly, but I guarantee you, things like this happen when you're a performer. So you could have worked with somebody on a big blockbuster film and done a really great job, and you took the time to send a thank you card to the executive producers, the director, and the writers of the whole project. And so 6 months later, you're auditioning for this film. You get to a point where you got to call back. Then you go in for your screen test, and you're auditioning for a director that was a friend of the producers of the last film that you did. And somehow or another, they get to talking. And, oh, yeah, I'm working on this film, and I'm trying to figure out, what I'm going to do, what direction I'm going to go in. And I've got this actor, and say, oh, wait, who is it? Oh, my gosh, that guy is the coolest, most nicest, sincere, warm person to work with. You should totally give them the upper hand when it comes down to it, especially if the skills are there. And so these are things that we don't see. But these are things that I guarantee you happen behind the scenes. And these are the things that make the difference when it comes down to you breaking in or you continuing to evolve in a career setting that is filled with competition. Okay. And so we don't want to think necessarily compete, but we want to create every aspect that will help us to stand out more, okay? And gratitude is the first way you can do that once you start to get into the door, okay? So that's one way to use gratitude. Another way to use gratitude, and this is more so for yourself, and guys, this is so important because it ties in back to meditation. Take a look at where you are. Take a look at who you are. Take a look at what you've become. Take a look at all the people that have helped you. Take a look at everything you've done up until this point, up until this moment as you're listening to this. And I want you to close your eyes and I want you to say thank you and to continue to say thank you until you feel it. And you're feeling it because the goosebumps will kind of rise up on your skin, and you'll start to feel such a good feeling of peace, of joy. It'll really permeate deeply when you do this. And this is something, once again, you should do every day, multiple times per day, and just get into that space, right? Because what happens? We send out the vibration of gratitude. And I'm like a vibrational expert when it comes to this. You send out that vibration, the universe is going to send you back more circumstances and opportunities to be grateful for. And it's just that simple. It's just that simple. Match vibration with vibration. Be thankful. No matter what it is, physical circumstances can oftentimes fool us, because what we have to realize, no matter how bad it looks, is that life is moving in a pattern, in a structure that's going to always benefit us, right? We have to take that mindset into everything that we encounter, into everything that we experience. And if we do that, that vibration, once again, we'll find things to match up with it. So, if you're coming from a place of gratitude, coming from a place of deep, heartfelt, resonating thankfulness, you're going to attract, or rather you're going to manifest that in return outside of you. And that's all it takes. It's just that simple. This is how you rise above. Because see, here's what happens. And I don't want this to happen to you, because I've seen this happen to so many young, talented actors and actresses. You start booking jobs, and all of a sudden you get really confident. And then you start booking more jobs, and you get overconfident, and you actually forget what got you to that place. And all of a sudden the streak ends, and you're on the outside looking in, and you're trying to figure out what went wrong. More oftentimes than not, we lose sight of the fact of being grateful for every step that we've been fortunate enough to take to be on the path that we're on right now. Never be in that position, even if you're on set. There was one time I was on set for this movie, The Vampire's Assistant, and I was in my trailer for 7 or 8 hours. And you know what I did? I spent most of my time meditating. I spent most of my time being thankful, being joyful for the experience. And the beauty of it is, in doing all of that, I wound up getting paid for 2 days just for working for one, because I had to come back. I mean, that's a long story in itself. But the fact of the matter is, that gratitude, that place of peace, that ability to just be thankful over and over and over resonated to the universe that, oh, you know what? Let me give him another thing to be thankful for. And to literally get paid for 2 days for, I think I worked a total maybe 3 hours that day, is just absolutely amazing. But this is the type of stuff that can happen when you're in that space, okay? So whatever you need to put yourself in that space, do it. Never feel like you're too busy. I heard the greatest quote this weekend when I was doing some reading, and I'm going to finish off with this, because this is something not only for actors but for everybody. At the end of the day, we have to come back to the place, to the area of knowing that we are human beings and not human doings. All right? In case that flew over your head, just listen to what I'm saying. You have to realize that you're a human being, not a human doing. And what that means is, you don't have to be busy all the time. Focus on being happy. Focus on what's going right in your life. Focus on what you can be proud of, what you can be thankful of, and that will create more of the circumstances that you want, that you desire. So don't ever feel like you always got to be busy. You always have to do something, because action is nothing unless it's divinely inspired action, which means that there's an end result for you to achieve at that point. Okay? So remember that, guys. Remember, gratitude, gratitude, gratitude. Take the time out to do that. Your career will benefit from it. It's been an absolute pleasure. So happy to be on with you again here on the Actors Area. Guys, have a wonderful Monday. I will talk to you soon. Thanks so much. Take care. Bye-bye.